There is no way that this was made in 1 minute. There's no way. There's no way that this was made in a minute, right? I mean, do you really think this was made in 1 minute? 60 seconds? But that's not what we're going to talk about in the video today.
Prepare yourself.
I don't eat a lot of fast food. I don't eat McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Like if I walk by a McDonald's, I'm not gonna think to myself like, oh, I should go inside and eat something. That's not a thing that happens. I don't eat fast food because it just makes me feel bad mentally and physically. Like if I eat a burger from McDonald's, I just want to spit it out. So this is the context. Last night I had a dream, and in that dream I was going to eat at Wendy's with my family. Even though in the dream I was like, oh, I don't really eat at Wendy's, my family really wanted me to go to Wendy's. I was feeling, oh well, because they're so excited, now I'm excited to go to Wendy's even though I don't eat at Wendy's. We go to Wendy's. My brother talked about how Wendy's, it was like a go-to restaurant for athletes because it's so much healthier than other fast food. And that made me feel even more like excited to eat at Wendy's. Because I like Chipotle, I like Subway. They're not the healthiest things in the world. For fast food, they're pretty healthy, and those are my favorite fast food places. So to hear that Wendy's was considered a healthy restaurant in this dream, I really wanted to eat at Wendy's. They serve us. And they served me some kind of chicken, and it looked so good. This was like a stepping stone for me. One small step for man type shit. This is a new era in my life where I was gonna be eating Wendy's from then on. And then I woke up from the dream. No, it didn't stop there. Listen, because it lasted beyond the dream. Because I woke up in the morning, and in the morning, even though the dream was over, I was still had this feeling of, man, I really want to eat at Wendy's. Oh my gosh, like I want to eat at Wendy's so bad. The moment I woke up, I looked up online and I did find some sources saying, oh yeah, like Wendy's is just a little bit healthier than McDonald's. Like just, you can see that. I think somehow, in some way, Wendy's had some advertisements or something that communicated to my subconscious that Wendy's is healthier than McDonald's and Burger King. Because they can do that. Wendy's communicated to my subconscious to say,
Go eat at Wendy's now.
Here's the thing. I don't consider myself a conspiracy theorist. There are some conspiracies that I might believe in that I just don't see them as conspiracies. I just see them as like things that just probably just happened. Like to me, the idea that the government took out like figures like MLK or Malcolm X, like that doesn't feel like a conspiracy to me. It kind of just feels like a reasonable assumption considering the history. I don't consider myself a conspiracy theorist. With that said, we know that businesses, corporations, etc., they do have the power to greatly influence our subconscious and the way we think about the world. We know that they can hear us. It is true that corporations can do that with the tools that exist today. They could get pretty far. We know that if a business wanted to, they could sneak in shit into everything we consume. It'd be really easy. Maybe I'm doing it right now. Ooh, scary. And I put the title of the video as, I think Wendy's is controlling my mind. That's not clickbait. That's not like some fantastical notion. That's what advertisements are supposed to do. They are supposed to control you. And that isn't a bad thing. A great deal of human interaction can involve control. For example, I make YouTube videos. I make them for fun and I make them because I enjoy them, but I also make them to influence people. And my goal is to make enough videos so that more and more people can't help but feel like they approve of me and decide that they want to see more of me. To an extent, you could argue that I am trying to exert control over people in that way. Only it's more of like a consensual control. This sounds like a nasty ass song, consensual control. You know, it wouldn't be like if you had no choice but to subscribe to me. It wouldn't be like, oh, if you don't subscribe to Super Ant, then there will be spiders in your bed. That would be more like coercion. Well, control is not like an inherently bad thing. It's just a matter of consent. With Wendy's, I'm hoping that Wendy's just has advertisements that are like the traditional ads where it's like a video of like a burger and the camera's going around the burger and it's like, get this, the all new, Wendy's for $5, da, 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 da. And then you just press skip ad and then it's like, okay, no more. All done. But, I can't help but wonder, what if when I'm playing Destiny 2, there's like one of the aliens has like a small caption that says like, eat at Wendy's today. And I take a closer look at it and then it goes away. The thing is that something that subtle can sneak into the world and it can embed itself anywhere. The perfect chameleon. It's the perfect camouflaged creature. This video is not meant to disparage Wendy's in any way. It's not meant to cause you to feel anxious or paranoid, because we have enough of that going around nowadays. What I wanted to really just highlight to you is to be mindful of the way the world influences you and to examine stuff that's bouncing around in your head, to really just think like, how did that get there? There's a big phenomenon nowadays, I call it the I'm not an expert phenomenon, where somebody who's not an expert in a field thinks that just because they can start off their statement with, oh I'm not an expert, but they think that just because they start their statement like that, then whatever they say after that is okay or legitimate. Joe Rogan is a big pioneer of that. It's just regurgitating, my friend, his brother's cousin heard that, there are lizards in Antarctica, so, and then the other person's like, really? Wow. He heard that? Wow. Male podcasters, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother video. And remember, I may be controlling your mind too. Nah. I'm not, or am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you've enjoyed this video, then like that smack button. And I'll see you again, as usual. Honestly, sometimes I just prolong the video. I don't like endings. I don't like saying goodbye. I kind of just prolong things. I do this in conversations too, like phone calls. Sometimes I'll just I'll just talk longer because I don't like the feeling of the thing ending. I don't know where that came from. I've been thinking about going back to therapy because that's a really weird thing to deal with, but I'm just gonna stay here and I'm just gonna go on my phone and maybe the video can end naturally, I don't know.
Tierra Whack, Techno, Arlo Parks, The Dough, Cake, The Cardigans, Dora, you know who, and then also me. Deftones, a lot of Deftones, Mazzy Star, this album called Sunburn by Dominic Fike. Honestly, I've been listening to a lot of Lady Gaga.
Abracadabra, na 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 na, na 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 na. Abracadabra, na 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 na, na 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 na. Oh my god, people are so dramatic. Destiny, I'm gonna be making a video on Destiny, bro. The Destiny fan base is the whiniest, most me wah fan base ever. The most childish fan base ever. Well, I mean, other than the MCU fan base and the Star Wars fan base. Destiny 2? Oh my gosh. They just do not stop whining. They're like, oh my gosh, guys, like, the game is over, the game is over. It's like, dude, just go play something else. Oh my god. Holy shit. If you're, just go play something else. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I'm gonna end the video here, but if you've stuck around for this long, then you're like I have a feeling that I'm actually scared if you stuck around for this long. Like, if you reach this part of the video, I'm very scared, because like, you gotta be stalking me or something. I feel like you're like watching the video like, yeah, or so. Go away. Don't even subscribe. Get out of here. I'm kidding. All right, bye bye.